Hello, it's Sally Alata again for part two of the Agility Health overview. And if you have not watched part one, which is the Team Health overview, please do so, as I do kind of talk about the vision and why we created the tool. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the multi-team health edition and some of the features. When we talk about multi-team, we're basically saying program teams. And so, for example, over here we have a healthcare reform compliance program that has multiple teams and an agile coaching community. And as I mentioned before, you would replace these beautiful pictures with pictures of your own beautiful teams, of course. So up over here, we also have a product line team. We also consider that a multi-team. Basically, anything that's a multi-team means it's a combination of many teams that need to be rolled up together. So we're going to dig, and again, over here, if you remember, you can filter by specific product line, by program, or even by strategic objective. So there's a way to filter, especially when you have hundreds of teams. So I'm going to click on this auto product line. And what you'll see over here is, here are the teams that are part of this. So there's the Genie, there's the Crazy 8, BAU, Track, Growth Team, and Auto Product Line teams. And you basically are able to see here the patterns across those teams. And you can see, which is good news, is that the program in general does have a lot of consistency in where the teams have strengths or where they might need attention. And so the main purpose of this kind of a radar is not to compare teams to each other. I know you're thinking that. We do not compare agile teams to each other, but we do want to understand where are the gaps. If technical excellence is an issue across many teams, then that's something that we need to address. If sustainable pace is an issue across multiple teams, and that is something that we could address. When you are looking at the teams over here, if you do not have the right permission or role, you won't see the names of the teams. So one of the things we're trying to avoid is having organizational leaders and executives start drilling down to the team level and saying, well, let me be helpful and go help that team. So we don't want that, because if teams feel like their data and their health is being exposed at that level, they might not be truthful. And so one of the most important things about using this tool, and that is actually why we certify people to become facilitators, is to explain to them and teach them how to protect the team's bubble and their data and their information, yet also allow those teams to bubble up the information that they need so they can get help. One thing I'm going to show you here is you can also filter by roles. This is very powerful. What are all of my developers saying across the program? How do they rate everything, right? Or let me see developers and testers together and see if there's any disconnect. I wonder what all the product owners are actually saying across the program and where are they voting. That is a very powerful feature where you can begin to analyze where there is a disconnect between the various roles themselves, or maybe come up with a plan to help a specific role. So the important thing about visualizing the team health obviously isn't just the pretty picture. It is bubbling up and pulling up their organizational items and then doing something about it. And I'm really excited about this feature because, to be very honest with you, very transparent, I feel like a lot of teams are held accountable for working on their backlog, but no one really is able. I don't think it's bad intention, but it's been very hard for us to hold the layers above the team accountable for removing organizational impediments. So what happens here is all of the organizational issues from the sub-teams come up over here, and because we believe in the pull versus the push method, we are not automatically adding them to that product line's backlog. We are basically allowing them to select and say, okay, these are 2 or 3 things that we do want to add to our backlog for the next quarter, and I want to copy them and add them to our backlog because we are now going to work on them actively. And then obviously this program team or product line team would be held accountable for managing their backlog of organizational issues and removing them, or themselves escalating it one level above to the portfolio team. So I think the idea is very simple. We've tried to keep this as clean and as simple as possible, yet extremely powerful. To solve a problem, we were solving via many Excel sheets, many surveys, and lots of days and effort to do something that is this powerful. So that was your overview of the Multi-Team Health Radar. One more thing that I want to do is just give you a sneak peek of the other additions. So you kind of learned about the team health, which is your ability to run a team health assessment. We are also working on developing a technical health. That's going to be another separate radar, really related to the continuous delivery and the technical excellence and practices. We're also going to develop a couple of mini, smaller team health assessments where teams can do them fast and easy if they want to use them from their phone every retrospective. You can obviously manage and administer your growth plans. You can compare the radars to each other. You saw how you can filter people by their participant groups. The one that I just showed you right now was the multi-team health assessment, and coming very soon in early 2015 will be SAFE, the Scaled Agile Framework. We will have assessments for their program assessment, their portfolio assessment, the 3 assessments that they have at different levels. So we're partnering with SAFE to do that. And again, what we just showed is the ability to look across multiple teams. The ones that I haven't shown you yet is the enterprise health, where you can roll everything up into an enterprise dashboard. You can actually measure the ROI of your growth and health, and also develop an enterprise level growth plan. And then finally, the one I'm also excited about is the individual health, where, and this has been an issue in multiple companies, where we just really want to do a 360 assessment by role. So I want a Scrum Master health, a Product Owner health, a Developer health assessment, because the traditional performance appraisals, where the manager does the performance appraisal for the individual, doesn't really work in the Agile world. In the Agile world, we do want everyone a 360 assessment, so we want everyone around that team member to give them open and honest feedback. And again, this is a growth tool. This is not a tool that should be, any of these assessments should not be used to reward or punish a team or anyone. As a matter of fact, the moment that you do that, you won't see the truth anymore. So that is something that we teach in our certification workshop. So this is really a growth and development tool. The individual health could be done potentially twice a year with actionable growth plans, and it's very much specific to Agile roles, but you can customize and tailor them and change the questions. So that is Agility Health. If you want to learn more, obviously you can go to agilityhealthradar.com. This is myself, so you can come to one of our next certification workshops and check out the schedule. We will have several next year. Definitely once a month we'll have some going on, and we will also have some online certifications, and we will actually be in Brazil in March and in other countries in 2015. Thanks for being here, and I hope you enjoyed this quick overview and hope to see you get certified to be an Agility Health professional.